Let's bring in former FBI agent and NewsNation Law and Justice contributor Jennifer Coffindaffer, and retired FBI agent and profiler and host of the podcast Real Crime Profile, Jim Clemente. All right, so here is the question that we need to answer to kind of drive our perspective on everything we're learning. And I ask it to you first, Jim, but obviously I want Jim and Jen involved in it. Jim, either after the Gilgo 4, he got spooked and went quiet, as some serial killers do, or he had some transition in madness or whatever, or he didn't. And that's why there's so many questions about whether or not the FBI being thrown off the case when the dirty former police chief thought that they were looking into him. Details that haven't really made it into the reporting yet. Maybe that cost them opportunity. Jim, what do you think the chance is, and on what are you basing the suggestion on, that 4 were not all?
Well, first of all, Chris, I think the fact that he was collecting torture porn means that he's still engaging in these fantasies, these sexually violent fantasies. This is what turns him on: torture, rape, and murder. So he's only in his 40s and 50s when he committed those, after he committed those crimes. I mean, he was in his late 40s when the bodies were first discovered. So in your 40s and 50s, the sex drive is really still strong. And for him, again, that is torture, rape, and murder. So I believe there is a strong possibility that he wanted to do it. Whether he had access, that's another question. And of course, these other properties gives him more access and another dumping ground.
Well, look, obviously, they got to be thinking something if they're digging around there. Otherwise, they'd just be wasting resources. I want your take on this, Jen, and then I want to get into the facts of the different trucks and what they're doing. But this idea of the former police chief kicked off the FBI, obviously, that was the wrong thing, especially if he was trying to protect himself. The theory is that he had his own past with prostitutes and violence, and maybe the FBI was looking at him for the Gilgo 4, so he got rid of them from the investigation, and what that may have cost them in terms of more insight into who did this. But they didn't have the technology at the time. They didn't have a lead that was within 100 miles of this guy. So I don't want to put too much emphasis on that. But what is your take on Jim's point about whether or not there could be more and why?
I think there could be more. And when I look at the fact that he had his truck, he kept it. He didn't trade it in. He kept it, and he sequestered it down in South Carolina. Why? Because that truck, in my opinion, meant a lot to him. It reminded him of the murders. It is something he could look at and keepsake down there. What else did he keepsake down there?
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.